Oh, it's cold again.
Just loading up the car. Yesterday I went down and bought 2 more of these diesel cans. Have a nice matching set right now. Good morning. Happy Sunday morning. I didn't go to the boat yesterday. I went to visit my new granddaughter instead. Today it's 24 degrees currently. It's supposed to get up to maybe 30 degrees this afternoon. So I expect this is going to be a short visit to the boat. The goals are to check that diesel tank for a leak and do something about it if possible. Also check the bilge for any new accumulation of water and if it's frozen or not. And then from there we'll just play it by ear. If I can't stay too long, maybe I'll work on something out of the house. I still have bits of the boat in my basement I could work on. But we'll see how it goes. Well, made it to inside the boat, got my things inside, and it's cold. It's cold here. Anyway, I'll get as far as I can, and then we'll play it by ear. Actually, bilge looks pretty dry. There's a little bit of water in there, and it is frozen, but it's very small amount. Shouldn't bother anything. If it expands, it'll break up before it does any damage. That's what I want to see. Oh yeah. That is a leak, all right. And can I see where it's coming from? No, I cannot. Well, it's not from the connections. Plus, with gravity, it wouldn't go out from there anyway. It's got to be down there somewhere. Certainly is accumulating down there, so. Oh. Very nice. So this is the where the fuel gauge is, and it's the best access for the tank if we want to pump the diesel fuel out. Sort of look in here and see what we can do. So how the fuel gauge works, it's a float and an arm. You can see it turning the gauge. So try to drip inside. I'm not sure where to put this. Take the gasket off. So I'll put this down there somewhere, since that place already has diesel on it. Can we see anything? Oh, there's some purple. Yeah, see a little bit down there. Purple fluid, that's the diesel. So I have these fuel cans, 5 gallons each. And I bought this combination funnel fuel filter. You can see the fuel filter in there. The idea being if there's any goop or garbage in there, we'll just filter it out as we fill the tank. As we fill the can, I mean. So we'll see if we can get any fluid out of there. So I bought this little fuel transfer pump. It's just a drill pump, means I hook a drill to it. And the green hose for the out, the black little skinny hose for down in the tank. Came with some connectors, and we'll hook it up and see what it does. Okay, we're just going for press fit. I mean, it's cold, so it's really hard to get those on. And anyway, we'll see if that leaks or not. I'll make sure that this connection's over the tank area, not the wood floor. So this hose is so curly that it won't actually go down the tank very far. And it's so cold that I'm having trouble straightening it out. So this little project might be doomed before I get it rolling. So I need something that's only about 1.5 feet long, that's straight and skinny, that I can attach the tubing to, and it's okay that it gets covered in diesel. So I have to think about that. Okay, my plan. I have this gigantic flathead screwdriver, which is really big. You know, it could go through my head. Don't want to do that. But if I tape the hose to this end and to this end so I don't lose it down the hole, or if I do, I could pull it back up. That might work. Let's see if it's warm enough where tape will stick. Yeah, it might work. Let's give it a try. Everything is so cold. Makes my fingers not work well. Let's see. So, control it like this. And that's. I think that'll work. Yay. So I'm all set up. There's my screwdriver with my intake hose on it. There's the pump hooked to the drill. There's the outlet hose, funnel, and tank. The only problem is, I just realized I need 3 hands to do this. I need one to guide that, hold that in place, one to hold the drill and trigger. I don't want to just lock it because then I have to let go of something else when I need to stop. And of course this hand for holding the hose in the funnel and keeping it my eyes to keep an eye on the tank level. So I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I think I'll have lunch and think about it. So on the popular boating channels, they'd be showing you at anchor in the Caribbean how they're cooking their beautiful lunch. And I don't have that. I have a little bag of chips. I have, where'd it go? I have a bottle of beer. And I have, as you can see it, leftover slices of pizza. See? Beautiful. Actually, it smells good. So that's my my feast. So no nothing fancy. Just good old boat food. In the summer, I'll show you how I heat up a can of baked beans. Riveting. Actually, come to think of it, I have a working propane system. I could make a nice, beautiful, warm meal on the dry dock in the middle of winter. I'd have to get all the stuff off the stove, though. Right now, it's like a tool bench. When I see this sort of thing, it pains me. If they take their sails off and just stick them in the cabin, that would decrease the chance of getting any damage during the winter. It would decrease it quite a bit. Because one of those sails gets, loose a little bit, it can really pull on things. And on a windy day like today, it really matters. Nice and warm in here. Wish I could stay for a while. Oh man, they cut down this tree here. Some ice on the edge of the river. Looks real pretty. That's too bad. The tree must have been ill, dying. So I just discovered that the screwdriver handle does not fit down the hole. So I don't need to hold that, but it's only going to go so deep. I'm not even sure it reaches. So at least I can test this arrangement because I won't have to hold that side. Okay, well I tried to pump the fuel tank. It wouldn't prime. I'm thinking maybe the fuel is too thick because it's 25 degrees down here. Actually, it's supposed to hit 30 today, maybe, but in the boat, it's colder than it is outside. So that's not working. I checked the bilge is fine. So my must-do things are handled. I also took all the documentation off the boat, the registration, federal documentation, as well as the big book of instructions for like the radio and the all the different manuals for maintenance that I could find, because I've been meaning to go through and categorize them and clean them up to have in a nice presentable format. So I've been meaning to do that since we got the boat, but I haven't yet. So I have to go through what was left to us and anything we add and put it in this book and make it so if we need to find something we can. Anyway, so that's a good cold weather at home project some night when nothing's going on. I don't want to leave that to the summer because it'll just never get, like last summer, it just never got done. Here's why we don't leave our flags up all winter long. Things like this. Or this. Some people have serious winter workshop enclosures. This one's in decent condition, even after many months up there. Good for him. This one, not so much. Okay, so there's this sort of filler here, and at this point it's blocked by this thing, which is screwed on. Zoomed in. Hang on. Which is screwed on, and the filler begins at some point and goes up to here. And there's another thing it screws on. This is where the boom attaches to the mast. Okay. Then the track continues. There's no screw here. Screw in there. Okay, there's a screw in there. As we go up, there we go. There's a joint there and two screws. Now this is the spreader. So right here is the wire for the the bow light and the deck light right by this joint here. So I'm thinking we can remove a section of this. Maybe we can get into the conduit where the wire is. So there's another screw here. As we go up, missing screw. Another missing screw. You can kind of get a look at it. Looks like it slides in. So if it slides in order to take it out, we have to go all the way to the end. We have to take these two monsters off. Boy, I would not look forward to doing that. So we took them off, slid the track out. Actually, we took the first section out. Should be able to see if we can get at the wires. Because the first set of wires comes out right about here. Right underneath here. So we can take this first section out and we'll know if we can get at it from there. So at the top of this blank, for lack of better words, filler, there's a screw hole with, it doesn't go all the way through the blank. So what's holding the blank in place? I should bring a good pair of pliers and just see if it'll pull out, first of all. Still open. Happy Tuesday. Weather continues to confuse, confound, and amaze us.